Blunts!
Now,
Woo! All right, guys, we're back.
welcome back to another Wednesday. Would you rather? We got a little wrestling addiction. We do have.
Well, we do have a wrestling addiction.
A wrestling addiction. As you can tell by the woo. So we're gonna go ahead and jump this shit straight off and just have fun. Would you rather be a part of D-Generation X or Ministry of Darkness? I'm sorry, Ministry of Darkness. So Undertaker's faction or DX?
Probably D-Generation X still.
Yeah,
Just
I
because
feel
of the
like
skits
D-Generation
behind the
X was
scene was the funniest shit in the world,
That
man.
shit was fun.
That had all of us doing the suck it.
That's true.
I'm picking D-Generation X. What are you taking?
D-Generation X. I don't like Viscera. I don't like Mabel back in the day.
My dad hit me with the Big Daddy Viscera.
That's still one of the
The
funniest
Big
moments I've ever
Daddy
seen in
hump
my
whenever
life.
he got so anything with
Yeah,
Viscera,
if I
I'm
could
out.
just walk around, suck it. It's hilarious. Would you rather be in a ladder match against the Hardy Boys or a TLC match against the Dudley Boys?
Aha! So the layman's spending either one in the hospital that night in the hospital.
Oh yeah, no
That
matter
being
what,
said,
you're going to the hospital.
I think it might be a little bit flashier with the ladders match with the Hardy.
Would you rather
Just a
would
little
you rather
bit
get
flashier.
Swanton bomb from 20 feet, or would you rather get put through multiple tables?
That's the thing. You're gonna get put through multiple tables. But I think
I think even with the Hardys, you're probably going to get put through tables. You're just getting Swanton bomb through them instead of power bomb.
I think for the flashiness, I'm gonna pick the Hardy Boys. That's gonna be a match for you to watch afterwards.
I think I'd rather have the Hardy Boys too, because they were a little bit more lenient. Once
Yeah.
Bubba got you, and then he went off to looking in the distance like a fucking maniac. That man literally put fucking the fabulous Moolah or whatever, put her ass through a table off the fucking entryway, like jumped down onto the announcer. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that boy? I'd rather be jumped on than fucking slammed down.
Yeah, same. Nice one time.
Would you rather win a hardcore championship or an intercontinental championship?
Hardcore championship.
Hardcore
I always thought
championship?
the Intercontinental was like a pussy title. I know
It's
that's
not.
a controversial opinion.
Okay.
But I associate that with Santino Marella.
Yeah, and that's
So-
the best one. That's the best one ever.
You know?
Best international stroke.
Didn't make it any better with the Yeah, I'm still picking a hardcore champion though, because then the way you got through to your
Okay.
title better too.
So hold on. What about hardcore or tag team?
Oh, so I'm gonna say tag team just because I feel like you have the longevity, and then people like you got more chemistry with somebody. You're gonna sell better with another person. I'll probably say tag team.
I would too.
It'd be fun to.
more fun.
It'd be funny as shit.
Rather have a Hell in a Cell match with Mankind
Oh, son of a bitch!
or an Inferno match with Kane?
I'm picking Hell in a Cell with Mankind because at least he's willing to take a beating. He doesn't have to deliver the beating. He'll take the beating.
He'll still fall down into
Oh yeah,
taps.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine.
Would you rather take a stunner from Stone Cold
Shit,
or a people's elbow from The Rock?
stunner.
Like a full-fledged
Stunner. I always had the stunner in the RKO were like real flashy ones, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't look like they hurt too much, you know? I mean,
The stunner probably would not feel good.
but I'll be all right. But a full-blown elbow, I'm all right. An elbow drop?
Enough.
Would you rather get choke slammed through the announcer's table
Okay.
or off of the steel cage? Rather go through the announcer's table?
Okay, is it off the floor?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's off canvas.
Or is it
Just
like
bouncing.
on the Hell in a Cell where I'm getting choke slammed off and I'm just... Is it like...
So the table is going to slow you down a little bit. So let's do that.
Hurt.
Let's do that. Yeah, but it's also going to save your tailbone from breaking
Yeah,
the
facts.
moment
I'm not
you
gonna
hit
hit
that concrete.
And I'm sure that there's padding on the tables or something.
Let me let me redirect that then. Let me
Okay.
recorrect it, okay?
Okay.
Would you rather get choke slammed through the table or Batista bombed through the table?
From what position? From where?
I remember
the ground?
Batista doing. What do you mean on the ground?
Like, am I standing on the ground and they put me through a table or off the cage?
On the ground. On the
Okay.
ground. Off the cage, I feel like you're spending the night in the hospital.
100%.
You're eating through a straw for a
I'm
little
cool
while.
with that. Like, you have to.
But if you're going through a table, just a good old boom, and the table breaks around you, or the choke slam, where you get on the table, stand up, hit you with the
I'd rather get choke slammed.
blam. I think the choke slam
bomb was just going through that. Batista bomb used to pick your ass up and pound your ass through. And then he wouldn't stop. Like most people, when they powerbomb, they'll like put you down, you know? Like they'll still slam you, but they don't go down with you. That man literally put the force of both of them down with you and then pinned you after. Like imagine just all the way through.
World's strongest slam?
Okay.
Or FU? Or is it the attitude adjustment now? That dates us, doesn't it?
FU.
I think the world's strongest slam was just. I think I'd rather have the FU. It's going to hurt your tailbone most, right?
Yeah,
You're going to hit your ass first.
Over, I'm turning over. As long as I
but
hang it right, I'm okay. World's strongest slam. That man is, yeah. That man's strong as fuck. Mark Henry? He's landing on top of me? Fuck that, dude.
I got you.
Okay.
Would you rather get harassed by the boogeyman?
Ooh.
Or Dude Love?
Dude Love.
Okay, let me take that back. Was Tatsugiri was the one who put the liquid in your mouth? Who was the one who spit the liquid in your mouth? Tajiri. Would you rather get Tajiri'd or boogeyman? Because boogeyman was just putting worms in your mouth.
Yeah. I'd probably do the boogeyman. I'd rather have worms. Yeah,
because you don't know what the liquid is, and it comes from his mouth, and then it's supposed to knock you up. That was his finishing move.
Wasabi.
Oh!
It's like Reptile from Mortal Kombat. Like you
spitting acid.
Would you rather have the charisma of Ric Flair like that, or the dampered down personality of the Undertaker? And I have to say a word.
Ric Flair. I'm selling. Yeah. Because you hear these background stories now that a lot of our favorite wrestlers don't wrestle anymore. You hear the background stories of it. And you just hear how funny it was for people to make it a goal to like try to get Undertaker to break his character.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. But I don't think I could do that. I couldn't do that.
But I think it'd be hilarious because then just imagine being a stone face and then every single person that you know is just trying to do something to make you laugh.
Fuck with you.
Like even watching like Stone Cold and The Rock, like the reason why The Rock sold that shit so well is because he saw Stone Cold laugh one time. And then he wanted to make him laugh again.
Yep. And he's getting up to fall back down and kicking his legs through the ropes.
Would you rather have to sell like a wrestler at all times in your life?
Every fall?
Yeah. Or every morning you have to wake up and get power bombed through a table.
I'd rather sell everything
like you're getting out of the car.
I just imagine an Impractical Jokers episode, you know?
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's
fun. Then it would get old.
But then Batista bomb, if you're getting power bombed through something,
every morning.
You're waking up in pain.
Yeah. What if you just get Batista bombed on your bed?
Good stretch. Back hurts.
What if you just wake up to a Batista
bomb?
We're
old now, Steven. Our bodies are not flexible. I have a child, and I will power bomb her frequently. It's my favorite thing to do to her. Is power bomb her.
Yeah.
She loves it. However, if someone were to do the speed that I do to her, and it is a gentle type, I still would be like, oh, yep, something happened.
I don't know about
something happened. Pulled something.
Maybe, probably.
We're old now, man. We just got to accommodate for that. Can't be just doing young things that we used to do to our body anymore. We're old.
Rather be a face or a heel?
A heel, dude. Let me sell everything. But like,
what heel? Everybody.
What level of heel? Am I going like rock turn heel? Okay, not like
you suck.
Yeah.
You walk out and they all just berate you.
I'm embracing it. I'm embracing it. I'm gonna go RKO, Legend Killer, RKO, Randy Orton, Viper Kick type.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna just
where you're
fully
evil villain.
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio type shit.
That makes
Fuck
sense.
My dad. Yeah. I'm gonna go fully
that. Turning all when he clotheslined him, that was terrible.
Was Eddie Guerrero a heel?
Eddie Guerrero was a heel,
but he was still.
People just loved him.
We just loved Eddie
him.
Guerrero.
But that man was a heel. He cheated. He did a whole bunch of
shit.
He
did, but he got away with it because we loved him.
Yes.
Oh, you want to unmask Rey Mysterio? Fuck it, do it, man.
Yeah,
we don't care.
I don't care. I fuck with you more. Yeah, you were Dominic's dad, anyways. Come on.
That was some.
That was crazy.
I'm gonna be heel for sure.
Yeah, I would probably too.
What's crazy?
That so many of them were like, so many of the heels we like more than the fucking baby.
I don't know about that. Who is considered like the best heels of all time?
Kurt Angle.
Without a doubt. But I was never a big Kurt Angle fan.
Chris Jericho.
I was never a big Chris Jericho fan. I'm into
JBL.
I did hate JBL, but I love to hate JBL. I love to hate JBL.
Funny.
William Regal's
another good one.
It's like, what's
fucking Triple H. DX is technically a heel.
Okay, but you had Shawn Michaels, which I just don't see him being a heel.
He was bro, so I watched that documentary on Shawn Michaels. You need to watch more. Like, Shawn Michaels is a heel. That motherfucker was just a partying, cocaine addicted motherfucker going out and did not give a fuck about nothing for the longest of time.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna. What did you watch it on?
It was on YouTube.
Okay.
And then even like he came out because when he first came out with the I think I'm cute. That was early in his career. So like people were looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like he's so stuck up, conceited, like all the.
I did love him, Brace.
I did too, dude. Because he's
Trish Stratus was a heel.
Yes, 100%.
Good. Trish Stratus 100%. Was a heel.
JBL.
This is top 25. 22 Honky Tonk Man.
Okay, that's not bad.
God, really? Kane was a heel?
Kane's a heel, dude.
And I love Kane's my favorite wrestler.
You remember him standing in the middle of the ring looking all menacing as fuck? Everybody was scared of Kane. Nobody was fucking, oh, I love Kane.
Yeah, but wasn't the storyline that The Undertaker did it to him? They were brothers and he got burnt in the fire because of The Undertaker?
He thought he died. Not his fault.
You recall the time he lit legendary commentator Jim Ross on fire?
Yes.
Yes, as soon as I read it, I remember.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
He locked The Undertaker in a casket, doused it with gasoline, burnt it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, do you remember when his Lita storyline? Where he supposedly knocked up Lita, they got married.
And killed the baby.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the shit?
So I asked you last time if you want a Sitsky line.
God, okay, so 20 Mr. Perfect. Another segue. I know we were doing Would You Rather, and we're on Best Heels now.
Wrestling edition, and we like wrestling, so now guess what? You're in wrestling.
Chris Jericho, 19.
Chris Jericho's a good one.
Edge,
man.
Edge
is another good one.
On this day, I see clearly. I did fuck with Edge, the rated R superstar, man. I was a big rated R fan.
I liked Lita. Lita was my bitch. Fucked with her.
The King, Jerry Lawler was a heel.
Jerry Lawler was a heel because he was the king and he looked upon peasants.
Paul Heyman, I would have guessed he would have heel. I was gonna go more wrestling based, but Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman is the greatest manager of all time.
Oh, without a Shawn Michaels, number 15. And I fucking love Kurt Angle's not number 1.
He should be, dude. You Suck is the most legendary.
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase is a good one too.
Triple H. The Rock.
Steve Austin was the $1 Million Man's goon. That's how you got to start. Undertaker. It would make sense. He would just pop up and fuck people up.
The Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bret Hart.
Right, the Hitman.
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair's a.
He was both, though, right? He was both.
I would say
he did it. He did it all.
A dirty son of a bitch. That man would fucking low blow everybody. He would. Andre the Giant. I can see that too because that man didn't give a fuck. He would just go out there and beat the fuck out of people.
Now, when you're drinking kegs, man.
But that's the thing too is fucking. He came in. Hulk Hogan was there too. So Hulk Hogan was the baby face. So he was the major.
Facts, he had to be.
The heel.
Yeah.
So like regardless, he was cool in person.
Roddy
Piper is one of the greatest.
You love Roddy. Rest in peace, Roddy. God, fuck CM Punk, man. Fuck that dude.
CM Punk's a good one, too.
Go to sleep.
That one promo that he cut alone makes him one of the greatest heels of all time.
Fuck that guy, dude.
He made the whole WWE fucking hate him and then love him for hating him.
The McMahons. Both of them.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, even Stephanie, honestly. All of them.
Oh, yeah.
Randy Savage, number 2.
Damn.
Who's gonna be number 1, brother? Who's gonna be number 1, Stevie?
It's Randy. Stone Cold Steve fucking Austin.
Goddamn right.
Because it's the same thing. He was alive with The Rock. The Rock was the baby face.
But The Rock turned heel too.
Barely.
The Rock was not selling when he was a face. I'll tell you that. When he was a pretty boy,
he was still the face when he was talking shit. Like, he's still a face at that point. He's a baby face.
Yeah, but he was still, I mean, he
Stone
was
Cold the heel who's going to come out, drink beer, come fuck something
throw
up.
a beer at you and fuck, yeah, you're right.
Which is it's crazy. I think I'd rather be a heel.
Without a doubt. I'd rather be a heel without a doubt.
There are some great on both sides.
It seems like a funner role to play,
dude,
right?
you get to be the villain.
And
I do cause chaos.
I like the redemption storylines of a heel being a face, but then I also like the storylines. Nice I also like the good guys being
turning bad.
I do like that.
I do too.
So I'm a big fan.
I mean, shit. You could look at Evolution. You remember when Evolution turned and they lifted Batista up on their shoulders and then powerbomb him and he turned heel? Yeah. He had to go fuck everything up.
Oh wow, nostalgia at its finest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you, when I said addiction earlier, that was real. Like I've gone so back into WWE and WWF. Like I've
Okay,
watched
but you
Attitude
stayed.
Era and shit like
You
that.
stayed in your. You haven't gone recent, right? You haven't gone modern.
Actually, I tuned into fucking.
It's decent,
SmackDown
dude. I've
and
got some
Raw.
favorites,
Like, when
man.
I
I
turn
do
in, I
have
will
some
watch.
people I will watch. I watch SmackDown more than Raw now.
Oh yeah.
I don't really watch Raw. I will watch SmackDown.
I haven't watched Raw in a minute. I watched
I
the
watched
last
Raw.
2 times I've been home and SmackDown's been on when I get home.
It's fucking great, dude.
I'll get home and watch it. It's entertaining, man.
Do you remember when we turned it? I don't remember who it was. Did that crazy ass flying uppercut
Yes.
where we just turned on just to entertain us?
Oof.
Yeah, that was the
That
craziest.
man wound that motherfucker up through the air like
shit.
good 7 feet. That
Yeah,
shit was wild.
We
bro.
love wrestling, man. I don't think
there's
you
anything
could.
greater.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of greater things. There's a lot of greater
I
things.
could sit there. And
I would rather watch
wrestling
WWE.
because then think about it. In the WWE, I've never seen them just lay on each other for 30 minutes.
I have. When someone gets genuinely knocked out, they don't know what to do, so
They
they
take
just
him out
sell
on
it.
the stretcher.
They just
And
sell
then
it.
guess what? If it's Mick Foley, that motherfucker gets off the stretcher and comes back. You don't see a motherfucker in the UFC getting off a stretcher and coming back.
That's
You
but
get
you're
knocked
talking.
the fuck out, it's over.
You're talking a 1%, or maybe a 10% of UFC fights that end like that, and then we're talking about 10% of WWE fights that are memorable enough for us to remember. But I could list off dozens of UFC fights before I could list off dozens of matches.
Wrestling matches.
I think I could do millions of UFC matches.
I could
UFC
too, but like,
fights.
this is the thing. I think that there are more athletic in the WWE. To be able to jump off a
I'm not gonna play that game. I will not play that game.
There's just so much more entertainment factory than climbing up a fucking 20-foot ladder and jumping over the fucking edge of the ring and flipping over on
I won't
somebody.
play that game. I will tell
somebody
you,
while doing that.
it is more satisfying to watch a knockout than anything the WWE can produce. I would rather watch someone get Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley knockout as opposed to someone get pedigreed.
I would rather watch the Mankind Undertaker Hell in the Cell match.
Fuck
than
no!
watch a lot of these fights nowadays.
I'm not.
Champion, this is
That's
the
a
thing.
good match,
This is
but
the
you
thing.
cannot watch that weekly
The only
or
good
daily.
fights that we fucking get is fucking champions aren't champions anymore. They fight so fucking safe. Once you make it to the top, the only good fights that we get are like 7-10 now. Like when they're fucking ranked up
Nonsense.
trying to get
Nonsense.
up.
We
Israel
watched
Adesanya was trash.
Volkanovski versus
Okay.
Makachev 1. When we watched that, that was a
fucking
great
rigged fight anyway.
banger though. Great fight. Doesn't matter
Okay,
if
we
who won or
watched
lose.
Israel
Great fight.
Adesanya, Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Whereas
No, I'm not gonna
did
say.
not a damn thing but get punched in the fucking face. It was one-sided.
Sure.
There's so many UFC fights that are
But then you
one-sided
watch
as fuck. I'd
Brandon
rather have a
Roybal
scripted
versus
ring.
Pantoja, which was a great banger. The fight before that.
Yeah, but I
So
would
you
say
just
that
pick-
there's more consistency in bangers in wrestling than there is in the UFC. There's so many duds that drop in the UFC. I can sit there and watch a whole fucking card and be like, wow, that like there were some good fights, but there really wasn't anything great.
Yeah, but I'm never going to watch 2 hours worth of wrestling as an adult now.
I will.
And in one sitting, I
I
won't watch a
personally
whole
will.
episode of SmackDown and be like, I was start to finish
I
great.
will.
Great.
I'll change off UFC fights. I won't even lie. Because if it's a shitty fight, I'm so over the shitty fights.
Nah, I think a shitty fight's better than a good wrestling match. I'd take a
I
shitty
don't.
fight over a good wrestling match.
You would.
Yeah, I would take a shitty
That's-
fight over a good
That's
wrestling
a
match.
questionable take.
No, it's not. It's really not. I would rather watch the allure of someone getting punched in the face, getting kicked, getting takedowns, all that, than have it. Nah, yeah.
It's the same shit in the WWE.
It's not the same
It
shit
is.
in the WWE.
It is.
They're going out there and throwing uppercuts and knees and elbows. They're poking eyes. No, they're not. They're selling shit. They're in between fights doing.
You can't
Doing,
sell going
they
through a
are
table.
doing in between
How do you
fights.
sell
They are
going through
doing
a table?
skits because they need to sell the whole
How
experience
no.
as opposed to selling a
Exactly,
fight. A
that's better
UFC
than
card can
UFC.
just put
You
6
sit there
cards
and listen
together,
to-
say that's a great card, and call it a
No,
day.
you don't. You
Yeah.
have to sell it with fucking press conferences. And
How often do
people
you watch
shit
the
talk.
press conferences though?
So
So
that's
it's not.
all that they do.
It's not
is
hitting a
bring up
market
that.
though. But it's not
that-
hitting a
okay,
market. 'cause
during
we
the
don't
fight,
watch
they
it.
don't sit there and during the press conference they were sitting there talking this and that and that. They reflect on it so fucking much, so it's the same thing.
I'm
It's
not
just
listening.
a better written
I'm not
storyline.
watching UFC fights to listen to what John Anik and Joe Rogan and DC have to say.
99% of the time, that's what they do, though.
Oh yeah, they're
Every
talking.
time it's cut
They're
between
talking.
that, I'd
But
rather
you
see
and I will
promos.
talk over them.
I would
10
rather see
times out of
promos.
10.
There are cut promos from the Attitude Era that I would take over watching UFC fights.
We're hit. We're never gonna agree on this because I'm
I know,
never
obviously.
I'm never gonna side with that.
I know
I'll
you won't.
never side with that.
It's the same shit. It's just better because it's upped up. Like if you gave tables and steel chairs and shit to a fucking UFC fighter, okay, cool, that's fantastic.
How often are they pulling out steel chairs in a
Quite a bit,
WWE?
dude.
If there's what
Quite a fucking bit.
12 matches in a 2 hour.
Quite a bit. Mark Henry broke fucking Kane's ankle.
We ain't talking about. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about current.
No, I'm telling you, I don't watch the rest of like now, but I'm going back and rewatching Attitude Era shit. I'd rather watch that shit on a Saturday night than watch UFC.
And we're cut from a different cloth,
We
my
are.
friend. Because I'm watching UFC, even if it's a boring ass card. I'm watching it because I like UFC. So I like the art of fighting.
It's
like
the same shit
art.
though.
Yeah, but you can learn shit. What am I gonna learn watching a WWE match? How to do a choke slam?
Yeah, who the fuck you fucking watching,
You're paying
dude?
attention to when you watch a UFC match.
You can watch it, yeah,
as opposed to a WWE
lot of them
match.
motherfuckers are stupid as fuck too.
I'm watching
We'll sit there and watch them and be like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? So what are you learning from motherfuckers that you can't
I
learn
have no
from?
suspense in a WWE match. Even when I was big fans of like
Oh,
Bobby
that's a
Lashley,
lie,
there was no
bro.
suspense in a match. Yeah, I was hooked.
That's
I was
a
hooked, and it was a
lie.
very exciting and entertaining match. But win, lose, or draw, I didn't give a shit. I was excited about the match. UFC, one person losing will fuck up your whole ass card experience.
Bro, you've never seen the whole thing of Undertaker losing at WrestleMania?
No,
The
I was
shock
never
of
an
fucking
Undertaker fan.
customers?
I was never an
Bro,
Undertaker fan.
there is literally
I
when he
will say
got
that.
pinned, it cut the one. You remember the one meme of the black guy that they still use to this day? That is
I'm
literally
not
the
saying-
Undertaker fucking losing, and he literally went into a full fucking meltdown because of it.
They still do Joe Rogan's fucking knockout from back in the Disney when so I mean, if we're talking about memes
But that's
for
just
memes,
Joe Rogan. He's fucking pumped up on whatever the fuck he's pumped up on.
he's pumped up on the excitement of someone getting the fucking
No,
lights
he is
cut
pumped
off.
up on the
Their
shit that
lights
he-
going
Yeah, but he's a different fucking breed anyways too.
power off.
You put him at a
Power
fucking,
off.
put him at a wrestling event. I bet it's the same fucking thing.
You're-
He did it back in the day.
I'm
He
not
was
saying
at WWE.
I'm
He
not
was
saying
at
that
WWF back in the
WWE is
day.
not lit. I'm saying I still like that shit.
I-
However, if I'm going to watch something, I'm going to pick UFC on a Saturday night over WWE on a Friday night any day of the week. Yeah, if I had to
I
make
don't know
time for
about
one day,
nowadays, but like back in the day,
that's different though. If we're going on YouTube
and
and
it's just
watching that
because I
shit,
don't watch
we'll still
fucking wrestling as much now. But
I'll
like
still do that.
And I'd still rather watch fucking old wrestling matches than go back and watch old UFC fights.
I don't know about that. I still go back and watch some old UFC fights.
I do too, but I'd rather watch you fucking wrestling
Rory
at this
McDonald
point.
versus fucking what is it? Robbie Lawler versus Rory McDonald. Yeah, that one where they lip split, nose broken, screaming in each other's face. Gustafson versus John Jones won. I am a big fan of Chet Congo versus Pat Barry, but just because they both knock each other out twice and they still let each other fight, dude, UFC fights, man, to this day. The stakes in
Life.
WWE.
You could die.
So
There are
can you in
people-
UFC, and the
Yes.
chances of you dying in UFC are way higher than a botched
There are more
experiment or a
people that have
botched.
died in the pro wrestling than in the UFC or in Ultimate Fighting.
In MMA, I doubt that. We were
There
talking
are.
about wrestling
No,
versus
100%,
MMA. I
yes.
doubt that. UFC,
No.
no one's died in the UFC, and I think they take credit in that or
I
take
think-
pride in
So
that.
like in
but I
unsanctioned
I
shit,
don't
I'm not
believe
going to
that.
count that.
I don't
if you're
believe
fighting
that.
fucking like Russian,
yeah, but then what the fuck are we
shit,
talking about wrestling then? You talking about like backyard
Dead ass,
wrestling?
No, real fucking wrestling, bro. Owen Hart fucking died in the ring.
Sure.
There's people that have literally died in the ring doing this shit.
Sure.
Broken their fucking neck doing this shit.
And
Like it's not fake.
I'm
like,
not taking away from that. But
it's
the
same
one
shit.
the one so let's say that's 100 incidents out of 1,000,000 matches, right? I'm not gonna say that's enough for me to be like, yeah, that's
No, you're
those
saying,
stakes
but
are
that's at
fucking
risk.
real. Those stakes are way
You
higher
can die in
than
any
someone
fucking
getting
thing.
punched and losing their eyeball like Michael Bisping did, or
Okay.
someone breaking their leg
Bro.
like Chris Weidman did,
Bro.
or Anderson Silva did.
It's the same shit.
Hell no.
Do you think that everything's fake in wrestling? Yeah.
I don't think anything's fake in wrestling. I think it's choreographed. I don't think any of it's fake.
They're
I think it's
fucking-
just scripted.
I watched Mark
It's
Henry
choreographed.
climb up on a turnbuckle, put Big Show, open a fucking folding chair, put Big Show's leg through it, and jump on top of the fucking chair and listen to that fucking thing snap. And you're telling me that's not fucking risking anything?
No, when they talk about it behind scenes, though, you're mitigating the risk because they're planning how to do it and planning the medical
No.
team. Fuck yeah, they are.
No,
They're talking about this
no.
after. Bro,
No.
what?
That is
What?
not shit that went wrong.
No.
That is botched shit that went wrong, my boy.
Okay, and the bot shit that goes wrong, again, is 1% or
Stone Cold breaking his
0.5%.
fucking neck and being out for 9 months.
0.5% of the WWE matches that go on. And we're going to talk about that as risky, where motherfuckers get knocked out on the daily UFC card. People go get knocked out. CTEs, they're literally getting brain damage daily on a UFC card. And we're going to talk about one person breaking a leg.
Okay, so explain Chris Benoit. CTE, right?
Correct.
Why do you think they're so addicted to fucking painkillers? Because they go through fucking damage 370 fucking days out of the year, bro. They don't get to fight one time for fucking 30 minutes and then take 9 months off and then claim to be all this shit. If they get hurt in training, guess what? They still go and fucking do that.
Some of them do, not every person. That's why motherfuckers were out for a long ass time.
Bro, I fucking strained a pinky in training. I can't fight. I'm
talking about specific people. What about Kevin Holland, who fought 7 times in a fucking year
and lost 6?
No, he won 6 of the 7.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He finished. Maybe it was 5 out of 6. Maybe he fought 6.
Literally 6 of his last.
Sure, I ain't talking about the last. I'm talking about when he fought 5 or 6 times in a fucking year.
Okay, so
I'm talking about in a goddamn year he fought, and he's doing literal sparring, getting punched in the face, going to WWF or UFC matches and getting knocked out. There's not a knockout every WWE Friday SmackDown or Monday Raw. There's not a real person getting knocked out every single time.
There's somebody
correct, but you can practice that shit. You can practice that shit.
You can practice getting punched in the fucking face.
It doesn't change anything.
Practice getting knocked out. You can practice the Kimura. You can practice getting choked out.
That doesn't change the severity of getting punched in the face. There's no
level.
I can get punched in the face 100 times, and my face still is not going to build up a callus to getting punched in the face.
You just realized how Skip Bayless you just did that, right? You just made a whole point, and then I threw that point right back at you, and then you said that it wouldn't change the severity in your case.
How? You are throwing something different in my as a situation.
Time out. You're using something completely different. Real quick. I said that you can be thrown to a table.
Correct.
On a daily basis. And you said you can train for that. Your body's not going to hurt.
You practice that. They have matches. Practice literally if they do Monday and Friday shows, they practice Tuesday, Wednesday, fucking Thursday. Okay, you're practicing getting punched in the face. Someone's practicing getting punched in the face.
So I get thrown through the table 5 days out of the week.
No, but they are saying, hey, this is what your body's going to do when you do it. We're going to start from here. We're going to end up here. We're going to go through the ropes. And if this doesn't work, you'll tap me on my shoulder. They talk about this shit, Steven. Professional wrestlers talk. They've gone on record to talk about this. And you think you've got a UFC fighter that says, yeah, so when he was going to punch me, I put my hand out, and that means he's going to put. No one does that in the UFC. They're not choreographing shit. It is happening on the fucking cuff and on the fly. They are scripting these WWE matches. And you mean to tell me there's more suspense in a scripted WWE match than a real stakes UFC? Fuck no. Fuck no. You looking for the wrong stakes then? Looking for the wrong stakes then?
No.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You think...
Bro, the fact that you were getting this mad about something being choreographed.
I'm not. You're just missing the point.
Well, you're sitting here choreographed, yes, but shit goes off rail all the time. I've sat here and watched how many fucking Stone Cold fucking podcasts where they talk about, hey, shit went wrong, we gotta find a way to finish this shit, or we gotta find something else to do, or communications went wrong, or he fucking broke his arm, so now we gotta figure out how I can't do this fucking move. They do shit on the fly all the fucking time. There's improvisations all the fucking time. And yes, I'd rather have something scripted from somebody that's fucking loony and fucking crazy and likes drama than to have somebody who's fucking scared to go out and lose it with that risk of actually losing the fucking title because they actually have to fight for it, than be scared back and sit back. I'd rather watch somebody be scripted to be told, hey, you're going to fly off a fucking 30-foot fucking cage and go through a fucking table and you're just going to be fine with it. That's what it is.
I wouldn't. There's more life on the line stakes in a UFC match than the WWE. There is. If we can agree to disagree, then so be it. But at least there's more originality and like unique on the fly shit that happens currently in the UFC, where WWE's had scripts since the 60s, 70s, and they are recycling scripts in the 20s.
No, they're definitely not.
50 years of 50 years of them doing the same rights, right?
Bro, no. I think we'll end this conversation because this man does not know WWE history.
And neither does he, because he don't know modern WWE.
That's not history, dumbass.
You don't know. Everything is history, friend. Past, present, and future is all the same story.
Is not history. Then why the fuck do they buy WWE anyways?
To make money.
Why?
Because it's $1 billion, $1.2 billion
because it's fucking entertaining. Wow. They've been using the same scripts for 60 years. It's the same script for 60 years.
Who gets more viewers on a Saturday night, a UFC on a Saturday night, or a SmackDown on a Friday night? It's a million views on a Saturday night. I don't think people are tuning in annually or weekly for a million views weekly.
I guarantee because they sell out venues on the weekly.
Oh, you're right. Latest 10-week average is 2.24 million, excluding best of episodes. Yeah, see, so this is going to be 2018 where shit was like free. It's all going to be different now because it's all through ESPN Plus or pay-per-view. This is when it was on like Fox, but it was 447,000 in 2018.
Peace. Kind of turned into a double segment for the would you rather and the debate.
It turned from a would you rather to the best heels to a whole ass heated debate. So you got a little bit of everything in this episode. Well, we said, hey, we'll shoot for 10 minutes, and it's almost 7 o'clock.